It's time to keep it realer than I ever did. Listen, I'm about to free up so much mental, physical, emotional, success, power, manifestive energy with this one video. And a lot of y'all gonna look at me crazy. Y'all gonna be like, yo, what the fuck and why the fuck? But listen, once you get to a higher level of awareness and personal self-love, this is the things that you gotta do. Because if you really wanna make it, you can't distract yourself. So with this one move, I'm gonna just free up so much energy. Now, I'm in Sheikhy, whoever the fuck the individual ego is like, bro, what are you even saying? But the higher self inside of me is calling me to make this move. Now, I'm not gonna speak for infinity, but I'm definitely gonna say indefinitely, this is the circumstance. They like, yo, what the fuck? What are you gonna do? How you gonna do it? As of now, I want to free myself from sexual desire. I want to free myself from even scanning the social sphere for women to even think about these things. You see what I'm saying? And this is really a move of discipline, because at the end of the day, one, I look good as fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Handsome as a motherfucker, eyelashes on swag, eyes on beautiful, motherfucking face, goddamn, and I'm smart as fuck, and I got a lot of swag. Come on, like, I look great, you feel me? But once you get to a certain point, it's really never really about that. Like, I don't even operate from what y'all see. Like, a lot of people really think that I'm moving on some body tip. It's because they moving on some body tip. But the pleasure is really all yours. Like, I don't get to see me. So what you see is really not important to me. It's really me operating from within and talking to y'all and speaking and interacting with y'all. You see what I'm saying? But back to the point, I really want to relieve myself of that, and my higher self has been telling me to say this for a very long time, and it's real. It's like, until I get to a certain point, I don't want to think about sexual relations. I don't want to have any type of mental energy or energy leaking towards neediness, physical desire, and all these other things when there's work to be done. There's work to be done, and I know there's work to be done, and there's other things, but so many people are so afraid to even publicize or say it out loud. They'll say it to themselves, yeah, I'm gonna quit, but then they'll back down and then they'll back off, but nobody's gonna keep them accountable. So the thing is, what I gotta do is say it out loud to y'all, because now y'all gonna keep me accountable. And like I said, I'm gonna keep this indefinite, but I don't really want to move, because I've spent a lot of times and I've learned a lot from my mistakes. You know, and I've learned a lot from my experiences. No, I wouldn't call them all mistakes, but I definitely learned a lot from my own experience, where, you know, at the end of the day, certain types of dealings aren't necessarily the most healthy or beneficial to the progress that you truly realize and idealize in yourself. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things be distractions, a lot of things be unhealthy, a lot of things don't really be on purpose, you know what I mean? So a lot of things be on pleasure. So now we move in life and shifting things to purpose-directed activities. And by freeing myself of this, now as I move through the streets, like, I know what I'm not gonna do. You know what I mean? I know what I'm not looking for, and I know what I won't allow myself to even feel and move in relative potentialities. Like, some of y'all are such thirsty dudes. Y'all are so thirsty that y'all would take anything. Real life, you feel me? And I used to be a thirsty motherfucker too, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you gotta know your value. And when you a high value individual and you know your value of yourself, you know the value of your energy, you know the value of your time, you know the value of your life, certain things have to take precedence. Certain things have to become more priority. Are you where you want to be genuinely and honestly, young man? Be real, you know what I mean? Are you really where you want to be, young lady? This is not just about, this is human interaction, you feel me? At the end of the day, are you truly where you want to be? Do you not know that there's work for you to be done, work to be done in certain areas and realms of your life? You see what I'm saying? So it's about having the discipline to really focus and channel and direct all your energies. Once I stop doing drugs, I don't have to waste time on energy leaks, on recovering, coming out of, what is it, what the fuck do they call it? Hangovers and fucking withdrawals and shit. I don't have to go through that. I just have my energy. Y'all are so stupid that y'all continuously leak energy, harm yourself, and lose yourself just for pleasure when it comes to drugs and substances. Same thing with interpersonal relationships. Like, I'm cool to have friends maybe here and there, or people that I could, you know, vibe with and build, catch a build with. But really, like, I'm not gonna move on those lower frequencies anymore, because they don't serve me or serve my higher purpose. So right now, you know, and if I do meet her, if I do meet them, when I meet them, I'm gonna feel it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, if it's just on some like bang bang carnal pleasure, you know, some weird emotional insecurity, cover up, you know, compensation for some other shit, then I'm really not for it, you feel me? So it takes a real one to actually say this. And a lot of people have heard me like talk about this, you know, behind the scenes. Like, shouts out to Matt. I was talking to Double M Matt about this. I was like, yo, bro, like, I think I'm about to just go like straight like monk mode, you feel me? And that's real life. It's just like now I've freed up so much just attention. I've freed up so much of my attention, but I feel so better, bro. Until I hit a certain point, I'm not even gonna allow myself to do that. And if I do catch myself, now I have a new mental exercise and mental discipline to refocus and channel and have mastery over self. You see what I'm saying? It's so much energy leaks. It's so many different ways that people just, attention is power. You feel me? And where attention goes, things grow. You feel me? And basically that's where your energy is gonna flow. So now that I've allowed myself to know that I'm not going to allow attention to go in certain directions, I allow myself to now concentrate myself to the ends that I truly want. It's really about removal. Like, a lot of people like to add things into their life. That shit just complicates your life. It's really about the process of removal and the process of elimination. Now that I'm eliminating potentialities for energy leaks, emotional disturbances, like I said, with the substances, you emotionally disturb yourselves every time. That's what the withdrawal is. It's neurological, like, fucking recoil at the end of the day. Like, you do this thing, and then you get really high, and then you get really low, and you emotionally disturb yourself. I stopped emotionally disturbing myself like that a long time ago. When it comes to relationships and putting expectations into people and oxytocin and building all these other things and these heartbreaks and these disappointment, who has time for that shit? You feel me? There's shit to be done. There's one life to be lived, you know, and I'm not exactly where I want to be, and I doubt a lot of y'all are, you know what I mean, at the same time. Like, shouts out to the people that keep asking me what time I go to sleep or what time I wake up. Like, what the fuck difference does it make? Do you have problems in your life that you're not addressing? Yes. Do you have titties, dude? Yes, you got titties. Do you got jelly belly, dude? Yeah, you got jelly belly, dude. Come on, like, it's so many levels. Like, why are we avoiding our purpose and acting like that's the thing to do? You know what I mean? So ultimately, you know, this video is very rare. You know, in the future, we're gonna look back at this and really see what happened. But I already know now I'm just living my life on purpose. You know, I'm just doing everything purpose, purpose, purpose. If it's not purpose oriented, then I don't want it. Like, I have now aligned myself by taking pleasure in the work that is to be done. There's work to be done. There's work to be done. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, take it or leave it. I'm not really explaining myself to lower frequencies. The real is going to recognize the real. And it takes a real one to do this. Like what did Cardi B say? Broke boys don't deserve no like, I got bread. You know what I mean? I got money on a certain level, but I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I respect. I'm not where I know I can be. And that's not about just money. That's about your whole self. You have to build a respectable self. I keep telling y'all, like, if you don't respect yourself, nobody really respects you. You know what I mean? And then it's really about having your own self-respect. Confidence is a byproduct of you having self-respect and having a good reputation with yourself. Now, if you keep avoiding the things that you're really drawn to and you really are attracted to for things that are like lower degree satisfactions, it's true, because the higher degree satisfactions are really in the mind and the soul. And you know that you're attracted to certain things. Like, if you like Ferraris, you like fucking Ferraris, bro. You know what I mean? If you like certain things, you like certain things. If you're not working towards obtaining and becoming the person that you're actually attracted to and embodying the qualities that you are truly attracted to, then you're avoiding something. And then all of that avoidance is really going to cause you to be neurologically weird and have a certain level of neuroses, because you know that you're not aligned with the outcome that you truly want. And in the back of your mind, you know that you're settling for something that is a lesser degree satisfaction than the higher degree satisfaction, because ultimately you lack the discipline to stay focused and channel your attention into the things that are going to bring you the rewards that you truly desire. So with this one swift move, I have allowed myself to free up a lot of my cash and my mental queue, and a lot of working memory and actual processing power to now channel towards my goals and my vision. I love myself, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: whatever you are, your world is yours. You have to understand, like, without discipline, you're gonna be a slave to lower impulses at all times. You know what I mean? Do what you do. Listen to your conscience. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what to become. But 98, 99% of us is all the same. That 1% of human genetic variation on a mechanical level that's different is one thing. Also, your personality is a whole nother thing. Be you. But that 99% is definitely governed by certain types of laws. If you don't have mental health, if you don't have physical health, if you don't have health and harmony in your life, you're going to have a whole lot of complications in other areas of yourself. So really align yourself with universal principles and universal laws. I'm just telling you where to look. You're going to find yourself in this thing, and you're going to find out how you want to operate when you actually decide to follow the path. You see what I'm saying? But as long as you decide to follow your own rules, you know, suffer your own consequences. That's what I'm going to tell y'all. You know what I mean? But right now, like I said, man, I feel so free, bro. Oh my God. A lot of people would never do this. A lot of people in my position would never do this. A lot of dudes in my position would never do this. Personal trainer, shirt off, look great. You feel me? Whole lot of swag, whole lot of value, whole lot of everything, right? But when you really respect yourself, you really see that like this. And it's not to talk about the divinity or the sacred principles behind sexual energy, because that's very true. But there's a whole lot of profanity, and there's a difference between the profane and the sacred. You feel me? So I'm just sacrificing profanity for my sacred desires. You feel me? For the things that I find sacred. I'm sacrificing profane indulgences, redundant pleasures, redundant lower degree satisfactions for a higher degree of being and becoming. Word. Consider the vibrations raised. Takes a real one to really be real out here. They be talking like they be talking, but this is all mindset at the end of the day. You know, you have to be in harmony with yourself, mind, body, and spirit. You're gonna look like how attuned you are. If you don't know how to do certain shit, you better learn how to do certain shit. You feel me? Because after you realize that you ain't on the level that you want to be on, and you choose to not learn how to get to that level, like I consistently try to give y'all the blueprint to get y'all shit right, you know what I mean? But you keep ignoring it, then you're actually choosing a lower state. You know, when you know there's work to be done and you choose a lower degree desire, lower degree satisfaction in exchange for your higher, you're just sacrificing your higher level in exchange for a lower level. I'm exchanging the lower level for the higher level. You know, there's a whole lot of that lower level shit on the planet. You feel me? Like there's no shortage of a lot of things. You know what I mean? We can sacrifice that. Ramadan is coming up too. Yeah, I advise that you take everything that I said into account and realize the principle behind everything is really freeing up your mind in the process of elimination to only leave the work that is to be done in front of you, you know? But you have to get over your impulses and your weird proclivities and your weird insecurities, and really have to be able to get to a level of self-love where it's like, I don't need validation. Like a lot of people, this is a long video, a lot of people have sex for validation. I don't need the validation. I validate myself with my actions. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel unattractive. I know I'm attractive. You feel me? I don't feel undesirable. I'm highly desirable, especially in my own esteem. You feel me? That's where you got to get to that level. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you decide to partake in what you want to partake in, really recognize your motivations, like on a very deep subconscious level. It's levels to this shit, you know what I mean? And it's not just one thing at one time. There's a multiplicity of intentions happening to make one thing happen. You see what I'm saying? So, real, check yourself. But no longer am I moving in the realms of validation. A lot of dudes, you know, they mess with chicks and they interact with chicks and fuck their days up and they looking for validation. You fucking bum ass motherfucker. Keep your low energy to yourself and stop being a vampiric slut. You feel me? Whatever you are, your world is yours. Consider the vibrations raised. I got work to do.